Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the 7-Minute Takeover, where we chat all things acquisitions. We're your hosts. I'm Liz Prey.
I'm Eamon Gamble.
Hi, folks. Today we're covering a segment on an acquisition accelerator, how to manage a healthy deal pipeline. So, Eamon, when you're working with clients or any of our members, how many deals are they typically looking at throughout their search?
Yeah, good question. It can often start a little slow, but as they start to find their source of deals and they're able to pull more out of marketplaces, meet more brokers, I'd say most of my clients are looking at about 20 to 30 deals at any given time.
At any given time. That's quite a few to be managing all at the same time. So, do you often find that people are surprised by this number of opportunities that they need to sift through?
Yeah, it can be a lot of expectation setting early on. I think there's a lot of folks that come into this process and think, they're going to find that gem right off the bat. They're going to make an offer and they're going to walk into their new business within a few months.
Smooth sailing all the way. And so what do they typically tend to find when they start the search that is alarming or was outside of their expectations?
I don't think it's necessarily alarming. I think what people generally find is that they'll dig into a sim, into some materials that a broker is providing. They'll think about themselves in that job on a day-to-day basis. They'll see the type of work that's going on. They'll see the type of skilled employees that they'd be working with. And they often just think to themselves, actually, that's not for me.
Right. Yeah.
And so they learn to filter opportunities a little bit quicker. You could make the analogy with baseball. They're just getting their at-bats. And whether they strike out or they walk to first on their first few opportunities, it's all about just getting a feel for standing at the plate and taking a swing.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to see that people are evaluating more opportunities, can really start to understand what is a fit for them or not. Usually they'll start out with their idea of and their thesis. This is what I think I'm looking for. And as you start to look at more opportunities for sale, that you realize that maybe you were on the right track or maybe it's shifting. But the idea is a healthy volume of deals.
Yeah, and so we came into this saying that we're talking about how to manage a healthy pipeline. I think we've identified the problem is that just like any business, there's going to be a lot of prospects, that is opportunities of businesses to buy. And, you only need to close one sale, at least up front. And so, Liz, what have you seen from buyers that makes them successful in being able to manage that large number of pipeline opportunities and get to close quicker?
So really treating it like a sales process. So you're prospecting and then you're following up and following a consistent cadence with your evaluation process, which is a big reason why we built Village Wellth the way that we did. We found that people were, reviewing, countless deals all at the same time. And we were training them on how to do this through spreadsheets. But what we found was, hey, we can build this into our software and make it a more consistent, repeatable process while also training new searchers on how to run their process with our software. And that's sort of where the evolution of Village Wellth started after we built the marketplace, because that's where we had originally started.
Yeah, I think anybody that's worked in an organization that manages everything off of spreadsheets will be able to tell you that, those processes often break down. They can only scale so high, and it's tough to train people on how to use spreadsheets. So what about the platform helps people maintain that healthy, efficient process? How does the software platform actually help them move these deals along?
Yeah, so our software has a deal management platform component to it. So any deal that anyone is looking at, regardless of whether they found it in our marketplace or whether they found it on a broker website or whether a SIM was emailed to them, that information gets ported into the platform and can be managed by stage of the deal. And then if it's, as soon as you realize that it's not a fit for you, it can be, moved to the trash can sort of thing, but you can track the stage of each deal and flag it for its appropriate stage. And then we've built in the AI analysis tool to really help people speed up the process for how they're evaluating deals consistently as well. So the AI will get in and start to extract the information and give someone an analysis of that information, which is really helpful for new searchers because they don't often know where to poke or prod or ask the next questions. And our software helps them to get through that piece.
Oh, interesting. And so has the AI allowed buyers to manage 30 deals more efficiently? Like kind of what are the benefits of working within this deal management platform? AI, we're throwing around some terms that a lot of businesses are using these days.
Yep.
Where does this actually make a difference in the life of a searcher?
So, the feedback that we've received and what we've been trying to attempt to do is certainly cut down on time. So it takes time to review each new deal that you've come upon. And so we're hearing that it's drastically cutting down on time, keeping people consistent in the process, making sure you don't miss anything. So, when you're tracking that many deals all at the same time, and which one did I sign an NDA for, and which one did I contacted that broker, or where are my last conversations at, is the system helps to maintain that coverage of what's happening in someone's deal process. So,
interesting. Now, as the guy who runs the advisory practice for Village, it sounds like you're trying to do everything that I currently do for my clients, but through the software. Should I be worried?
Absolutely not. We know at Village Wellth that we can't digitize the entire process of M&A. It's still so human, but we've certainly tried to allow technology to enhance the process that an advisor is providing, to allow a searcher to do as much as possible on their own before they need the advisor. So the system is really there to accelerate more people in their search with less human, and then putting folks like yourself into the process exactly when you're needed most and when you bring the most value. So we're also keeping track of where people are spending their hard-earned funds on advisors.
Yeah, what I've seen is that there are more clients that can work a full-time job and be able to manage that pipeline of 20 or 30 opportunities without spending 20 or 30 hours a week going through corporate information. I think once you've been through a few in detail, you can more efficiently just kind of knock ones off your list that aren't going to be a good fit, or push forward more efficiently with the ones that are going to be a good fit, and get to the table quicker with a more effective offer, and ultimately with the goal of closing a deal faster.
Yep. And we absolutely want to see more people getting into a rhythm of a search faster when they're starting to look for a business to buy. And also our goal is to see less people abandon the search, because the search can take a long time. And we hope that our software can help get more people across the line and get more folks mobilized in their search activity. So whether you're using your own spreadsheet process or you're using a platform like Village Wellth, keeping that consistency in your process and treating it like a sales pipeline, look at as many deals as possible to help you better understand fit and reach that ultimate opportunity that's right for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the advice today, Liz.
Thanks, Eamon. Catch you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to subscribe, follow us on social media, and check out our website at villagewellth.com.